Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El here again, and this is going to be a part 2. I want you guys to see part 1 of the panic attack video. I am so glad it helped so many people out. I got great feedback. For my clients, of course, I always work with them, and I've got them out of it. I'm just letting you guys know, all of them are officially out of that funk. They're completely out of it. And I really wanted to reach out to the community at large, like, the people all around the world. And I got to thank YouTube for that, for allowing me to do that. Now, again, I'm going to just say this. I don't want to sound like a broken record. There's a lot of idiots out there that try to sell this information. I am not a guy that sells crap. I'm a guy that's trying to help people out because, like I said, whether you're atheist, whether you believe in God or not, I just want to tell you, no matter what, I love people, and people have, I'm a believer in God, so people have a neshima, which is called, the breath, which is a neshama, the soul, but it's a neshima, right? The breath of God is within each of you. So to love God is to love humanity. So help out your fellow person. If you love God, you have to love, all humanity, because a part of Him is within all of us. Okay? So what I'd like for you guys to do is to, see the first part. And I'm going to say it helped out a lot of people. I got great feedback from it. And what happened was I had some people that are just trying it. So they were asking me, some of them asked me to do a part 2. And I felt that it was the right time. I wanted to wait a little bit so you try the first part and then go on to the second part. So those who are just starting, try that first part first because it got everybody out of it. So I want you to know that. So try that first part first. Wait about a month. Okay, so for instance, the first time I taught you guys how to do breathing techniques to have in your holster, right? So, stuff to use. So when you have a panic attack coming, do the breathing technique. Now, let's just go over what causes the panic attack. Again, shortness of breath, tightness of the chest. Now, I'm going to tell you, what happened? I mean, the first part, you have to see the first part to actually I went more into detail on that. But, there's other things that are involved. You start to analyze your body, and that's what causes these anxiety attacks. And, you start feeling pins and needles, which you probably felt. Like, let's say you're sleeping on your arm. You feel pins and needles. You're like, oh, my God, I'm having a heart attack. Things like that. Your heart skips a beat, which happens sometimes. You're going to think you're having a heart attack. People wouldn't know that otherwise, but you guys, you analyze your body to the T, exactly. And what happens is it ends up affecting you, causing so much anxiety. And that's what really, makes you have those attacks. So now I'm going to tell you what I did. I do not recommend you do this right now if you're just starting this. Okay, do the first part first for about a month. When you want to have a panic attack, okay? Because remember, when you're doing these breathing techniques, it's good for a short term. But you don't want to teach your brain that these panic attacks are bad, because it's not, okay? Remember, it's a test against, yourself. Mind over matter, as they say, right? Whatever. You don't want it to, you have to want it to come to you, right? And now, when I've done it to some of my clients, what happened was it never came. When they truly wanted it to come, it did not come. So, what do you have to do, right? So what I did was, remember I told you stay away from caffeine, right? You got to stay away from caffeine because caffeine causes palpitations and all that stuff. But when you want to test yourself, what do? You got to play around, right? I took a teaspoon filled with coffee, fed it to my client, had it. He had it for 13 years, panic attacks. About 10 or 13 years, something like that, 12 years, 13. He took it, he started, getting, some people are very sensitive to caffeine, so let's just say that. Whether you have a panic attack or not, there's people that are very sensitive to caffeine. And what happened was he started getting an anxiety attack. And I told him, I started laughing with him and, telling him to make a joke out of it, okay? When you're having it, I want you guys to laugh your butts off. Think of something. I know I sound crazy for saying this, but sometimes, you got to be a little, like when you get into a ring, when I get into fights and stuff, and when I do professional fighting and all, I psych myself out. I hit myself in the face and I go, let's do this, You got to psych yourself. So that seems crazy, right? So that's exactly what I'm telling you to do. Be a little bit psycho, like that. Tell yourself, start laughing, have fun, let it happen when it's coming, okay? But take that, that spoonful of coffee. I'm telling you to try this. put it into your system, and this is afterwards. And then, after you do that 1 month or 2 months, whenever you feel ready for this, stay in your house, okay? Do this. You will see when you're laughing with it, it's not gonna affect you anymore. You're gonna teach your brain, and that's exactly what you have to do. And it might take once or twice or 3 times, hell, even 6 times. You guys suffered for it for about 13 years, 10 years, some people 22 years. I helped this client of mine that was 22 years. All these years, I'm telling you, you can defeat it within people are saying, oh, you can defeat it within a week. You could defeat the basics within a week. Yes, correct. But you don't want to do that because you're still going to wake up with night terrors. If you don't teach your brain, and also if you put a time limit on it, that's anxiety in its own. You know what I mean? Because you're going to say, oh, what happened? It was supposed to take a week and I'm still in the same situation, right? You don't want to do that, guys. So don't put a time stamp on it. Let it take its time, okay? And when you have a panic attack, I want you to sit down, just like clouds crossing by or a commercial in a TV show, right? Going by, just look at it, relax, okay? And let it happen. Guys, it really hurts me when I see so many people, they really genuinely believe they have a heart attack. And I'm not telling you go get checked, obviously, get it out of your head. So first get checked. Remember, your body is telling you something, right? Go get checked. Go once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Don't go too much. I'm just saying, get it checked, get an EKG done, see what's what. If it ends up being a panic attack, stay away from medications. I had a lot of people, and I told you that in the first part, a lot of people that told me, Lior, what about Xanax? It takes about a year for Xanax to work properly. Number 2, you do not want to develop a dependency. Now, I had a gentleman that told me about valerian root, St. John's wort, all these things. Guys, I'm going to tell you, do not use that. Even if, let's say, it's healthy, okay, which it's not. When you OD on valerian root, and you will OD on it, what happens is you're going to start to have a yellowing in the eyes. It's not good. It's just not good. Plus, what are you teaching your brain here? You're teaching, even if this is a placebo, you're teaching your brain, guys, this is what I need to cure my disease. It is not a disease, people. You have to understand, this is not a disease. What happened was, at some point in your life, your body freaked out, okay? It sends signals to the brain, right? Because it might have, probably you had a night terror, or something happened. Some people have panic attacks because, let's say, they've been raped, or at gunpoint somewhere. Or some people just wake up with it, one day, and they just have it. Something happened there that taught your brain, that made the fight or flight response in your brain go haywire. I look at it as a big blessing. Like I said, I'm a big believer in supernatural things also. And I have very, very much big proof about that because I've cured many, many clients using methods that were outside of the box. And I'm telling you to, watch the first part. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to go too much into detail about that. What I'm telling you is how do you fight it. Even with every evil, negative entity and demonic figures, whatever you believe it, you don't. Bottom line is your brain is testing you. All right? And if you believe in that stuff, spirits are testing you. Negative spirits, entities, they're testing you. So what do? Very simple. You got to face it. They feed off the fear. You gotta face it. You gotta want it to happen. So take that spoonful, get that thing into your system, and just let it happen and laugh it off. I want you guys to laugh it off. And if it helps, I know some people in Tai Chi, they do this. They hit them, to hear the vibrations and sound. Hell, do that. Start hitting your tummy lightly like that. Get it out. Whatever it takes, psych yourself out and teach your brain, okay, that you got nothing to fear. All right, because you don't. And eventually your brain will start to realize that, and then you will be done with the panic attacks completely. The panic attacks will be gone. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, you're going to wake up. Okay, you're going to have periods of time where you go to sleep, and let's say I had a client of mine who had a dryness of the throat, and that automatically triggered a panic attack because it reminded that's part of a side effect when you have a panic attack. You got dry throat, so your subconscious knows that. So he woke up. Sometimes, like when you wake up, you could control it. You're like, ooh, and then you control it, and you get into that psychic, that where you're psyching yourself out, and it goes away. But sometimes it kind of gets you, because you're still in that sleeping mode and it's already too late and it's happening. So when that happens, I want you to do this, okay? Get up, fall to your knees, okay? I'm not saying, for me, I say pray. You know what I'm saying? Fall to your knees, go like this, and start breathing and saying, everything's okay, let me get back to bed. Okay? That's what you got to do. You got to psych yourself out. You got to think like that. You got to act like you're getting into a fight with yourself. And that's exactly what it is. And you will teach your brain, you will teach it how to properly think. And then everything, you won't have fear anymore and it will go away. Now, after that leaves, you're going to have general anxiety disorder, GAD. A lot of people have that. They go through anxiety. They feel, claustrophobic, which is pretty much what gives you the panic attack in the first place. You also feel that kind of claustrophobia and all that kind of stuff. But what you need to realize is that, you're going to go through that. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. That's part of the process. Let it happen. Once you go through that, again, do not take medication, because when you take these medications or placebos, you're teaching your brain that you have a problem, which you do not. This is not a problem. This is an obstacle. Okay? An obstacle that is going to make you a far better and stronger person. Spiritually, whether you believe in God or not, it's the truth. Spiritually and physically. Okay? Mentally, you're going to be in control for the first time in your life. When people are going to, let's say, during 9/11, there was people going crazy in New York City. Crazy. Everybody all over the place. You would be able to put your hand over people that are suffering like that and calm them down, because you've been through it as well. You've been through those attacks and you're going through exactly what they went through, except, your thing just, kind of a snap of a finger. They had an actual thing that happened, but if you had a gun to your head or something, or rape or whatever, you've been through these kind of cases and you can cure them. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say, guys. Take it as a challenge, okay? Laugh it off. Do the hits like that. Let it happen to you, okay? Let it happen, and don't try to stay away from the breathing technique I was telling you to do in the first part. Don't even have it in your head, okay? The first time, yes. The first couple months, do it, just to get used to that thing, and then slowly pull away. Think of it as like when somebody trained you how to ride a bike, right? They hold you, right, and then they train you, like that, and they train you how to ride a bike, and then they let you go, right? So that's what you got to do to yourself. You got to let go and just watch it happen. Let it happen. Want it to happen so badly that you're taking caffeine to have it, okay? And then I guarantee you guys, it will go away. It will go away. Your GAD will go away. General anxiety disorder will go away also within time. It's going to take time. I'm not telling you to put things. Some people, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you the truth. Some people finished it in about a month, the GAD. Some people got out of it in a year. Some people 2 years, 3 years. Doesn't matter. Bottom line is, while they were approaching 2 or 3 years, it was already getting less and less to the point that they didn't feel anything. Night terrors, you might have it once in a while. Do not look at it as a negative, people. Okay? Another thing I'm going to tell you is, do not eat anything in the middle of the night. Because what happens is, when you're eating things in the middle... See, this is the whole thing. When you're having these panic attacks, think of it as a way to also make yourself healthy. You're not eating any more snacks. Because remember, when you eat snacks in the middle of the night, what's going to happen? You will wake up with dry throat. And that's going to signal automatic. That's going to trigger a panic attack. That's just going to happen, okay? And, these are the things that are going to happen. You're going to feel... you can't sleep. Then when you start to sleep, you're going to feel like, you can't breathe. And all that stuff. And that's going to lead to even more problems. To you. Just let it happen. I'm telling you, I'm so happy that you guys are trying out the first method, and I want you guys to graduate to this method, okay? Let it happen, and, understand why this is happening to you, okay? This is happening to you from fear. That's all a panic attack and anxiety attack is all about. It's just fear, right? Just fear. It's it's negative spirits coming into you, right? Causing problems. They toy around. Now, if you don't believe in spirits, ghosts, whatever, don't believe in it. It's not a problem. Bottom line is your brain. No matter what, it's about fear. Do you understand? So you got to get that fear out of your head. Now, if you had a gun stuck to your head, that is the culprit, right? That's not a spirit. It's the culprit. It could be a spirit magnifying it, right? But the thing is, that's the culprit. So you got to be in control. Again, remember, think of your body as like the robot that lets you be in this world, right? And your soul, the passenger, right? The pilot. So you are the pilot. Know how to, utilize your body in the right way. So you see it's a little bit haywire. What do? You correct it. Now I'm going to tell you guys something. I want you guys to pass this on to other people. If this works for you, and it will, I am guaranteeing you this will work. Stay away from the medication. Let it go. Okay, the medication's only going to teach you that it is a problem. And then eventually you're going to have to let it go. People are not going to, I've seen people on Xanax for like 20 years. Like, it's ridiculous. Why would you want to take some garbage that makes you have memory, problems and all kinds of other crap? You don't need this stuff. This is a fear within yourself, a challenge. Think of it as somebody telling you, I challenge you. Now get out of it. Take the challenge and do it and conquer it. That's what you got to do. Okay, guys? I love you guys. I really do. I'm hearing so many comments from you, and I feel so happy it's helping each and every one of you. And it really, it makes me feel really great. I mean, I'm looking around, and I see idiots selling this crap. Don't buy any of this junk. Don't buy, some people are going to tell you there's a medication they make, which is out of a placebo, like some kind of sugar pill. And they're going to tell you, it's going to cure you. There's nothing to cure. You're absolutely normal. You're not crazy. Understand that first. You are not crazy. This is a challenge, okay? A challenge. Think of it as like it's a cut. You got a cut. You need now to heal it, right? That's all it is. You're just waiting to heal. It's not a disease. You're not crazy. It happens to people in their lives, whether, people say it never happens. Yes, it does. Some people just last for a day. They don't realize it. They went through a panic attack at one point in their life. Okay? When you're first time on a roller coaster, what happens? You have that anxiety like, oh my God, whatever. It happens. Okay? So to you, it's a little bit longer. Now, those who are suffering it from like 22 years and over, that's because you were educated wrong. Okay? You were taught that you have a problem. You were taught that you were crazy. Okay? That's the problem. You are not. You are a special person. God designed every human being in the most beautiful, perfect way. Right? And the surroundings, right? What does it do? It molds you, right? So your surroundings is what molds you. That means they taught you falsely. Now I want you to understand, erase everything that you, in those 22 years or whatever years you've been on, erase everything out of your brain that had to do with their stupid teachings, because you are not crazy. You are special, amazing human beings, amazing creation, the number one creation the Lord God of Abraham made, who put you on pedestals above all creations, okay? So you have to understand, you are above all creations. You are a cherished creation. You are amazing human beings. That's what you guys are. But you got to be in control of yourself now. Remember, now you have the power. I'm telling you what you guys need to do because I know this. I know this from experience. I've taken many people out of it. And I'm not telling you it might cure you. Okay, I am telling you it will cure you. It will be finished. I am telling you that. You do not need these all natural herbs to cure you. You don't need pills. You don't need placebos. You don't need any of that junk. The only thing you need to do is realize that fear, you can't fear anymore. That's it. And I always tell you, to everybody who believes in God, you can measure it very easily. You know how? Very simple. You measure it by fear. Okay? If a person fears, I feel that he has belief in God, but not total faith in God. It's the truth. You need to put, those who believe in God understand, have total, faith in the Lord. You were given an obstacle. Now conquer it. Okay? You know now what I'm talking about, and I guarantee you, you guys will be done with it. Now, those of you that are atheists and didn't find the Lord yet, I love you guys, and I'm going to tell you also this, okay? This is an obstacle, okay? Just another obstacle, like a hurdle, okay, in your way. A speed bump. I want you guys to conquer this, all right? And you will, if you do these steps. Do not put time limits on it at all, because that's going to drive you nuts. I know a friend of mine who would check his blood pressure all the time. Stay away from that as well. You don't want to make yourself go crazy for nothing. But I guess when you want to let it happen, but not in that kind of way. Let it happen by taking caffeine in. Sit down, take maybe you want to start with a half a teaspoon and then do a teaspoon. Remember, also, if you're sensitive to caffeine, it has nothing to do with the panic attack, you're just sensitive to it. But I'm telling you, take it anyway, because that is going to drive your body crazy. It's going to drive it all the way, all over the place, your blood. And you're going to be, you're going to be analyzing yourself. And that's what causes the anxiety attacks. And you're going to have that anxiety attack. If it won't come, then it won't come. Hey, even better. You beat it under extreme circumstances. Congratulations. Give yourself a nice ovation. I'm telling you guys, you will cure it. Just follow these steps, okay? Do not take any medication, okay? Want it to happen. Let it happen to you by force. Let it happen to you, okay? And once it does, laugh it off. Hit your stomach. Do whatever it takes. Psych yourself out, but laugh about it. Learn to enjoy it. I know it sounds crazy, because here you are. You're like, I can't breathe. Why would I laugh? I'm scared I'm going to die. You're not going to die. You went. Tell yourself, I went, I got an EKG, I did it not just once, I did it twice, 3 times, 4 times, however you want. Those who went who suffered for 22 years or whatever, I'm sure you guys went billions of times, okay, to the emergency room. You have been completely scanned from head to toe. There's nothing wrong with you. Now you can take the time. You can tell yourself, there's nothing wrong with me. That's all you got to say. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me. I've been checked. Now it's time to take my life back. Okay? How am I going to do that? I'm going to laugh it off. And I'm going to say whatever it is. And also, I'm going to say another thing. Project it on something. Okay? Now, I know that demons are out there and negative spirits are out there. Those who don't believe in it, whatever. Make something that you're going to project that, that too. So, for instance, I use the name Azazel, right? Azazel, the fallen angel, the demon, the piece of crap. Use that word. Look it up. Look him up on Wikipedia and you'll know what I'm talking about. But, use that word and say, Azazel, you will not have power over me. You will not control me. You will not... You understand? Project that onto something. And say, look at me, I'm stronger than you, and you're a piece of crap. Psych yourself out and project it. And you will see that it will work wonders for you. You will get out of it. I guarantee you. And guys, I want you to continue to send me private messages or comments. I really enjoy receiving them because I see the effect it has on you. And I will come out with other episodes the more things I find on the way. If any client of mine came up with something, I'll credit them as well. If anything helped you out, I want you guys to share. Even those that have been through panic attacks and are done with it. Share some things. We are all here a family in this world. You understand? So, because we're a family in this world, I want you guys all to share everything. Do not try to sell anything. This is not a business thing, okay? When you're doing this, it's a work of God, or, those who don't believe in God, a good deed, for yourselves. What is it? They say karma, right? So, do that. Do it for your good, for your own self. Teach others, help them out, love each other, love your fellow neighbor, do all that good stuff. But you're gonna be done with it. I guarantee you that. And the more I find out, I'm gonna make also more parts and so on and so forth. But so far, let's summarize all. Okay, so want it to come by taking a spoonful, not of sugar, but of caffeine. Put it in your system. Let it come to you. After it comes to you, laugh it off, tap, do this, whatever it takes, walk around, really, like what I do before a fight, I smack my head, I walk back and forth, I pace, like that. Do that and psych yourself out, and also do projection, where you take the chief demon as Azazel and call him names. Say, you son of a bitch, you bastard, you crap, you piece of dirt. Because no matter what, I love the fact that he even hears that. It makes me very happy. But you see, that's what I want you guys to use. Use Azazel. Read about him, and you'll see. You'll have so much, hatred for him because he's a piece of crap. And start attacking it. Project all your hatred onto him. Remember, Aaron, Moses' brother, right? What did he do? He put the Israel's sin on a scapegoat, right? And then he sent it to Azazel. The sins of Israel, of the Israelites. So basically that's what I want you to do. I want you to use him, Azazel, as the scapegoat, the stupid scapegoat, because he's a dullard, he's a dumbass. Put all of your pain, all of your suffering, think of it that way, all in this big crapola ball, okay, in this big ball, and put it onto him, project it onto him, and get him out of your freaking face. And that's it. That's what I want you guys to do. And you will see that it will work. I am telling you guys, it will work. And also, I'm going to share with you another thing. Meditation is a good... I know a lot of people say, oh, meditation, why are you going to do meditation? Meditation is good in general. I do it before, any type of martial arts that I do meditation, whether it be Tai Chi, whether I do my own stuff, which I do my own meditation sequences, doing fighting moves as well. Some people think it's Tai Chi, it's not. But meditate and, just... relax, okay? Let it happen. But you see, the thing is, do not think of this as a problem. Think of it only as an obstacle. That is the biggest problem, because people think it's a problem. People think it's a disease. I'm sure many of you guys are probably stuck in a shower, and saying, oh my God, will this ever leave me? I don't think it will ever leave me. And I heard so many stories of people doing that, telling me stories that they think their life will never be as it was. And it hurts me. It really does. And I want you to do these things. And I'm not telling you it might. I promise you it will go away. Okay? I'm not telling you to put a time limit on it. Even though it's going to be really fast. And you're going to be surprised how quick it is. How quick. But, it depends what you define as quick. So I'm going to let that. I don't want to put any time limits on it. So you do what you got to do. What I told you guys to do. Try, exercise that. Do that. Please. And then when you see it working, and you'll add to it your stuff. I want you to pass it on to your fellow brother and sister. Make YouTube videos about it. And let's put these pieces of crap out of business. Those who are marketing fake medications and all this other junk. And see what happens, all right? Now, I love you guys. Each and every one of you. And continue, like, dislike, comment, share your thoughts. I need you to share your thoughts with me, because that's the only way we can help others. By you sharing your thoughts, you're doing a great deed, because then I can take that thought, make a part 3 out of it, right? And let it go. And that's it. Put it up and help others who have that. It's like troubleshooting. That's all it is. Think of it as like a problem you have on your computer that you could fix like that. You're troubleshooting. That's all. Okay? May the Lord God of Abraham, blessed be his name forever, bless each and every one of you. May he give you vision to see the true path that he has set before you. May he give you strength to get past this. Amen. Have a good one, guys. Take care.